Welcome to another episode of Life is About More Than Living. This podcast is entering its seventh year, September 18th of this year. And today, well, y'all know how I do. Today, I have the privilege of sitting down not only with a guest, motivator, inspirational dude, person. This guy, I have the privilege of calling friend for 7 years. Stumble across each other here in Greensboro, streaming live and what's this park called nowadays? Center City Park, downtown Greensboro. Uh, and Thomas Clodfelter, man, when he comes up here, I think I know his story, but I really don't know his story. You might think you know his story too, but I bet you don't know his story. So we're gonna get his story today. And because we're streaming to YouTube, please share his story. Now, after it's all over and the background stuff is done, this same podcast will be available on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio in audio format for those that like to hear but don't like to see. But those of you that want to see it, you can see it now. And tomorrow, thanks to modern day AI technology, which makes my life easier, it's going to take from this live stream snippets that we replaying themselves on YouTube. But all said and done, let's bring the person of the hour, the man with the power, the person with the story, Mr. Thomas Clodfelter. I'm going to bring him on. If you're on Facebook catching this, I get a comment box enabled. You're looking for a great service to do your work through, such as streaming content. StreamYard is definitely the format to go in. I was a person that didn't really believe in it, but I believed in it now after seeing my wife, who I can't seem to stop talking about her on these shows. Her best today do their shows to StreamYard. So anyway, hit that link, use it for yourself. But beyond all of that, life is about more than living live with my buddy, my friend, my partner. I said partner in the contents that I've seen this man out here. We network. We've done the thing in Greensboro. Now we're doing it from the Center City Park. Never thought that day would come. Here we are. Introducing Mr. Thomas Clodfelter.
Yeah, there he is.
I see him. He's on stage, y'all. I'm gonna stop talking. He can do his thing. It's his show.
What are you gonna say, man?
First and foremost, I just thank God, God's grace and mercy, to be able to sit here today. Um, I met this young man, like I said, maybe 8, 10 years ago. But first and foremost, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm originally from Lexington, North Carolina, born and raised. And what brought me to Greensboro, North Carolina? In 1990, I went into the barbecue festival and I donated blood. I didn't think anything about it. 6 months later, I got a certified letter back in the mail saying that I had been exposed to HIV, informing me to come to the Davidson County Health Department. So upon that, receiving that letter, being obedient, understanding that it was very important, I goes, sure enough, exposed to HIV. Asked all kind of questions, wanted me to get on medicines. I took the treatment, refused the medicine. 7 years without medicine. Ended up back in the street, drugs, alcohol, surviving the best way I could, homeless. And eventually I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. 1994, left Lexington, hitchhiked, came to Greensboro, looking for an organization, looking for assistance, looking for mental help, looking for physical help, just looking for assistance to keep from continuing to be broken because I was tired of being sick and tired. Um, just miserable, mentally miserable. You can say I was actually living a life that was going to lead me to death. So coming to Greensboro, 1994, finding an organization, Child Health Project, which is our local HIV agency, becoming a client, but going into an agency, being in a city that you don't know anything about, being a little country boy, it was scary because I didn't even know what I was doing. I had no clue. But I truly believe in God. I believe my faith, and I truly believe that this organization, Tried Health Project, would be the success to my longevity, my life existence, and my mental state, living with HIV and AIDS. You know, so when you say committed, learning, paying attention, keeping my mouth closed, and just gaining, then overall, just allowing God to speak to me and really devoting myself into the new future of what existed, living with HIV, co-infected with hepatitis B, on no medicines, discrimination, stigma, um, people treating you like you contagious. But when you look at 34 years now, living with HIV, sharing a real message, riding the public transportation, believing, not being afraid, not worrying about whether somebody gonna kill you because you living with HIV, or just because you homeless and they're mean, or life has obstacles. Life has a way of creating different things throughout the process of trying to survive. I can say that since being here, sharing my story with 97.1, 102 jams in the schools, A&T, Bennett, North Carolina, Tar Heels, just being blessed, doors being open, being able to travel, sitting on different committees, speaking at a political level, national level, state level, from the ground up, no funding. I do this from the heart. I don't do this for money. I don't do this for exposure. I don't do this to be put on news too. I do this because I understood that it had to be done, because before I was diagnosed with HIV, I seen many other people become diagnosed with HIV and AIDS, and I seen what it did to them, how it destroyed them mentally, caused them to commit suicide. So being able to get up off my butt and take something so deadly and turn it around and share life with living with HIV. And let me say this, folks, HIV gave me a whole new platform. It gave me an opportunity not only to just speak about HIV, living, treatment, taking medicine. It gave me an opportunity to open up and speak about homelessness, addiction, prison life, how I turned my life around, why I turned it around, what was the importance of it, and I don't have no regrets.
So,
So,
Thomas,
Thomas,
so
so
many
many
of
of
us,
us,
without
without
some
some
of
of
the
the
challenges,
challenges that faced you,
wake up
wake up
every
every
day
day with
with regret.
regret.
And
And
I've
I've
heard
heard
it
it
said
said
through
through many speakers,
podcasts,
podcasters,
YouTube,
YouTubers,
that
that if you
really
really
want
want to
to
touch
take
base with
life
life, visit a rest home
or
or a senior living facility, as they call it nowadays. And if
you're
you're
allowed to
allowed to
give these
engage these people in conversation, a
a lot of
lot of
them
them will speak of
their
their
regrets
regrets more
more
than they
than
do their life lived.
some of
Some of
these
these
individuals
individuals
probably
probably
have
have lived amazing
not
lives, but
there
there
to
they
find
find themselves talking now, talking
but
about their regrets.
how
How
have
have
you
you, in real time, this time,
learned
learned
to
to
navigate
navigate your regrets
for
for
the
the
younger
younger people that may be catching this? I mean, because I'm 62, okay.
for
For
some
some of the
older
older
ones
ones that may be
who
secretly
deal with
dealing with something similar to what you're
dealing
dealing with, because still in our culture, this is still taboo to talk about. No matter how much you may publicize and you may speak on it, mental illness, STD type related diseases, especially those that last a lifetime, are still taboo among us as people of color. So we hide, we run, we don't talk. We live every day regretting that something happened so that we cannot be so called normal in a time when no one's really normal. How do you navigate your regret? And what might you say to us or anyone out here when it comes to regret? So that they may not, if they do end up in that retirement home, that facility, it will not be a place where they end up with a lot of regret because they cut it off here, as they said in old days in the past. What's one thing you might say to push back against regret?
First and foremost, I've never regretted anything that has transpired in my life. What I've been able to do is be the bigger person, a better man, and understand that if I continue to live in regret, I cannot be of
Okay,
good
let me rephrase my question. Where did you find your power and strength to think as you? Where did you find that power to move as you move?
when I was diagnosed with
Okay,
HIV.
and beyond that, what power do you pull into? Because I've talked to you, and your faith in God is strong. So talk.
Because first and foremost, I knew that it wasn't nobody but him that left me. I knew it wasn't even within my power. I could have sit down and just said, okay, HIV, take me on out. But instead of saying, take me out, my mindset was, I'm going to take this and I'm going to use it and it's going to benefit the world.
Mm.
It wasn't even about me anymore.
Oh no. See, that's something. I'm glad you said that. That's what I'm trying to get at. When it's no longer about us, I, I'm glad you mentioned it's not about you. Uh, so often I've discovered when we make it about ourselves, we miss the message, we miss the blessing, we miss the opportunity to do all you just said. You're impacting the world, my friend. Your words are touching lives because it's no longer about you. That's why I'm like, I got to bring you on because if they don't hear it from you, they can hear it from somebody else. Because I know you being real. It ain't about you.
I've never made it about me.
Mm, mm,
From day one, when I came to Greensboro and I hitchhiked and I woke up the next morning, it's never been about me.
mhm,
I never make anything about me.
mm,
When I wake up, it's not about me.
mm,
When I come out in these streets, it's not about me.
mm,
I go unconditionally hard in these streets to make sure HIV is addressed, homelessness is addressed, drug addiction is addressed, the kids is addressed, what they need, back to school supplies are available,
mm,
community resources are all available,
mm,
community events is available.
mm.
My people call me Mr. Community
Yeah.
because when it is said and done, I make sure from the east, west, south, north, no matter what, community programs, back to school programs, whatever it is, I'm in the streets putting the information out there to make sure that my people, my community, and all know that we're out here providing the services, resources to make their life better because it's about the people. It's not about us.
Mhm,
That's why my ministry is so blessed.
mhm,
I've removed myself so that I can continue to walk in the anointing to serve my people and
mhm.
my community.
And there's where there's so much power in your message, I believe. It's funny. I'm gonna say this now. Even though we're on camera, I have the privilege of sitting directly across from this man today. Usually my live stream there somewhere else. and this is I
Okay.
say it's a privilege because
I'm,
I'm
I'm
getting to
feel
feel
that
that
energy
energy. That's the
saying
saying
that
that so you can
text
text
somebody
somebody
all
all
day
day
long,
long, but there's no
feeling
feeling
in a
in a
text.
text. But
I'm
I'm
sitting
sitting
here
here with the man. I'm
seeing
seeing
the
the
emotion
emotion
in
in
his
his
face,
face that I'm getting
that
that
vibe
vibe
that
that
my
my
friend,
friend,
he's
he's
only
only
the,
the be-
he
you
served
sir,
you
you
on,
only the beginning.
he
Even
took
took
all
all
these
these years gone by. I firmly
to
believe you ain't even
scratch
scratched the
the surface
surface yet.
because
Because
what
what God has
got
got in you is
Lord,
Lord.
my
My
wife,
wife knows I'm more of a spiritual person than a church person. But
that
that
thing
thing in you, that glow in you, that spirit in you, it
you
ain't
know,
no it's
nowhere
nowhere
close
close
to
to
being
being at the end game.
uh,
Uh,
this
this
podcast.
podcast can make sure that
That,
now you
by
somebody
the
say,
way,
well, you're YouTube or whatever. It's a podcast through YouTube.
it's
It's
making
making
sure
sure that
well,
people
no,
know, yeah, if
he
he
can
can
do
do
it.
it, Mr.
Clodfelter
Clodfelter can do it. He can
rise
rise
every
every day, smile, find that
positive
positive energy, trust in
God.
God, be
So
so
humble.
humble to know it's a God thing more than a Thomas thing.
I
And I
don't
don't
care
care
what
what
faith
faith you are, what you believe,
you are.
y'all.
This
This
man
man
rise.
rises. Heck,
I bug, I
I
bug.
bugged out. If he told you about a call the other day, I'm like,
We
are we
doing
doing this today? What's that? When we meet that day? We sure day?
this.
Because I'm like, this has been a 7 year chase.
And
And but
I
God
knew
knew that
he
he
deserved
deserved
more than
more than
audio.
audio. He needed video. They need to see his face. They need to see
Yeah.
that cool beard I'm bragging about. I was talking about this man yesterday. I hope he don't bring him to tears. I was talking about Thomas yesterday. He's hearing he hear me talk about to his face today though. I'm
Like,
like,
if you
have you
see
seen this dude with his colored beard and hair around the city? So that
gotta
guy's
make a
making a
difference.
difference on people that you don't even know.
He's
He's
making a
making a
difference.
difference on people you don't even know.
And
Now
back
back
to
to
you.
you. I'd have promoted you, shouted you
I
out,
love
loved to do your thing,
that,
my
brother.
brother.
You know,
Because
God's
God's
giving
giving
you
you
something.
something.
I was 27 years old when I was diagnosed with HIV.
Wow.
I've taken so many pills, treatment, clinical trials. When I
Mm.
finally decided to get into treatment, I'm down to one pill a day now. But I've been through every opportunistic infection, hepatitis B. I have sciatica lumbar nerve. I've also been diagnosed with scoliosis. And I'm not claiming none of it, but this is just facts, people. This is what I've been diagnosed with. My doctors. And even though I have scoliosis, lumbar disc, curved spine, legs been broke, wasn't supposed to walk again, I still get up and I go 400, 500 plus. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm out of my apartment at 6, and that's 7 days a week. I just got through doing 4 backpack giveaways in less than a week, volunteering. I love my community. I'm committed to my community. It's just like running for political office. When you say, are you committed to your community? Do your community know you? Your community know your story? Do your community know who you and what you is about and what you represent? I can truly say the county and the people of Guilford County, yes, they know me, they represent me, they support me, they appreciate me, and I can truly say from the bottom of my heart, that is what has blessed me so much, being able to be received, because not too many people living with HIV is received or respected. I still get treated like I'm contagious on the public transportation bus. They still get up and move to the back. They still mumble up under their breaths, but it don't break me. It only makes me stronger. The chain that I wear around my neck that says stay humble, that's what I do. I just stay humble because it ain't about me. It's about the ones that I'm blessing, the ones that I'm keeping off cocaine, the young kids that's not going to prison, the young kids that's not killing another young man, or the young women that's not having babies that are not ready to be a mother. That's what the blessings of life is. to sharing an old school message. Because see, this new generation ain't built like we was coming up from the old school. It's not like it was back in the day. So just being able to wake up, grateful and thankful to wake up to share this message that this generation is not getting. And when I say I meet my people right where they're at, I respect them, I respect their character, and I allow them to share with me what they want to share.
So
So
when
when
you
you
said
said what you said, I allow them to share with me what they want to share.
off
Off
camera,
camera,
we
we kind of talk about the same thing. I say, I'm gonna let you talk, share what you want to share. Be open, share, be as transparent, do what you want to say, what you want to say, because you want to speak.
because
Because
I
I
can't
can't
live
live
your
your
story.
story. I can't tell your story like you can.
Nobody
Nobody can. You
can
can't
tell
tell
my
my
story.
story.
But
So,
you
but you
allow
allow
me
me to share some. And I've
about
allowed
you.
you to share some.
Now,
Now,
let's
let's
hear
pretend
from
for a second you didn't know me.
I've
And
been
I've
in
been
this
in this
park.
park myself, and I want to
Here's
share
something
something that you don't even know.
I
I
was
was
the
in the
same
same
park.
park when they first started rebuilding it. I
What
point
no
over
that
that
direction.
direction to my left.
I
And I
was
was
sitting
sitting
there
there
about,
about to be freaking homeless.
and a
And a
man
man
came up.
came up to me.
I
And I
wrote a
wrote a
poem
poem
about
about it. The poem is what, and one of the lines in that
what
poem says, God loved me
I
even when I
didn't
didn't
love.
love myself.
He
He
didn't
didn't
leave
leave
me
me
where I
where I
was.
was standing. He
He
cared
went
much
up.
about me. I was sitting there.
That
That
man
man
offered
offered
me.
me a place to go to.
My
My own
wife
wife don't even know this story, so she'll
kept.
catch it for the first time.
He
He
said,
said,
but
but
the
the
thing
thing
is,
is, he said, you're not ready yet. He said,
you
you ain't
really
ready yet. He's like, you, you
got to
got to
go
go
through
through
some
some
more
more
stuff.
stuff because you
You
ain't
ready
ready
right
right
now.
now.
So
So
what I
what I
got
got
for
for you is a
place to
place to
stay.
stay that you
Where
have
peace
peace at, but you ain't
at.
ready yet.
So
So
I
I
chose
chose the confusion and the disillusionment and the pain
for a
for a
few
few
months
months
longer
longer
because I
because I
wasn't
wasn't
ready.
ready yet.
But
But
and I
and I
ended
ended
up
up
being
being
several
several
years
years
down
down the road
living in
living
a
in a
boarding
boarding
home.
home.
It
It
didn't
didn't
happen
happen
right
right
away.
away.
I
I
often
often
think
think
about
about the story of
the
Moses,
and
and
people
people can
debate
debate
how
how they want to debate about the story of Moses. But
before
before
Moses
Moses
was
was
Moses,
Moses in the
I think
context that we
know
know
him
him, he
and
spent
40
40 freaking
years
years in the wilderness for
development.
development.
And
And
then it
then
took
it
him
took him
another
another
40.
40 years for more development.
So if
So if
Yes,
God
God
can
can
sir.
take
take
Moses
Moses
for
for
80
80
years,
years,
well,
well,
we
we
got
got
ain't
ain't
nothing
nothing
but
but a drop in the bucket.
Amen.
but
But
back to
back to
you,
you,
Tom.
Thomas.
I
I
ain't
ain't
never
never
heard
heard
that
I
that
man
man
was
speak.
sitting,
speechless.
I ain't
I ain't
never
never
heard
heard
that
that
man
man
speak.
speechless.
no, I was just sitting here thinking about when you said the prodigal son, because I used that in some of my presentations, if not all of them, because I was that prodigal son that went to the street. I got sick and tired. I came back home. And this is the blessing. Instead of the fatted calf, he gave me the world,
You were.
the community, this city that I live in. This is home now to be the servant and the disciple that I'm supposed to be and walk and talk as God wants me to. I just got baptized 2 Sundays ago. Since coming up out of that water, I have a new look. When I came up out of that tub, you should have seen me. My sister said I had a glow like no other. Everybody's noticing it. But I've always been focused and committed to God. Even when I was in the street in addiction, in and out of prison, and doing no good, He walked with me. He blessed me. He kept me safe. So I truly know I'm where I'm supposed to be. People say, why don't you write a book? If God wanted me to write a book, I'd have been done wrote that book. They'd be like, well, why you ain't in no church? I wasn't in no church because if God wanted me in a church, I would have been in a church. God wanted me in the streets with his people just like he was in the streets. when he was blessing and healing people. So I just walk accordingly of how God speaks to me, teaches me. Because when I'm at home, I get to spend quality time to him. And he shows me my next assignment. He shows me where I'm supposed to go. He shows me whose building I'm supposed to enter. He shows me how to clean my feet before I enter that building. I just walk humble.
Yeah.
I just stay focused and remain a true human being. I mean, I love people. I love existence. And I love being able to share my message and how I've did it and how I've been clean so long and how it will impact you. I mean, because I've seen throughout the 34 years being here, the kids that I've been able to bless with my message, and then they bless me, never forget me, go on to graduate from college, get married,
Mm,
have kids.
mm,
They still call back down and check
mm,
on me.
mm, mm.
But the whole thing is creating a conversation piece. When I came here, I didn't have no mustache. I didn't have no beard.
I
I
can
can
imagine.
imagine you
I
with that
didn't have no
mustache.
red mohawk.
I
I
can,
can I
can
can
imagine
imagine
you
you
with
with
that.
that.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
if
if
it's
it's
another
nothing
one.
wrong you had it, but
I
anyway.
created it
All right.
because I knew it would create a conversation piece. And that would give me an opportunity to share living with HIV, then also share the life that I once lived. And it's just been a truly, truly blessing.
Well, let's talk a little bit about
The
the
life
life
you
you
live
live
in
in now
more.
more. You
Talk
talked
about it,
about it,
but
but let's
zero
zero
in
in
on
on
while
while
we
we
ended
ended
up
up
in
in a park talking, doing a live stream. Let's talk
a
about the
life
life you're living now. Let's talk
about
about
how
how
you
you
talk
talk
about
about
some
some
of
of the
the stuff
stuff you told me off camera
about how
about how
you
you
felt.
told people about this today, and
Not
not because I'm
almost
gonna
say it
say it
like
like this.
I felt the same way.
I feel the same way about my podcast.
And
And one of the greatest questions is how much you get paid for it.
since I
Since I
started
started
doing
doing it in this format, I've got
the
paid in dividends of people,
videos
dividends
for
of
the community,
community,
videos
dividends
of
of people I've never met. I got paid in dividends yesterday setting up a program that's going to
help
help
me
me to do better financially, I believe, which I put tools in place.
videos of
Dividends of
people.
people.
But
But
going
going
back
back to
to
staying
staying
on point here, I'm
not
not
so
so
much
much
about
about,
at the
at the
end of
end of
the
the
day,
day, life is about more than living the podcast.
I
I
would
would
do
do
it
it
if
if
I
I
woke
woke up every day and never got a dime for it.
I'm,
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 I'm
I,
in
end
game
game
though
though,
that
that I'm going to get paid for it. I can,
because
because
I
I
have
have
to
to
get
get paid for it because it's a
it,
business.
but
But
I'm
I'm
getting
getting
paid
paid. I'm gonna get paid in
trifold.
trifold.
I'm like
I'm
I'm
going
good
biblical today. This man get me going biblical today
because
because
I listen to
this past I listened to Church for Entrepreneurs, a great podcast. There's 7 minute, 10 minute segments in the morning, nothing longer than 12 minutes. I don't think
he
he
talked
talked
about
about
that
that same text of the one
who
who
was
was
given
given
challenge.
talents. He talked about it in that context. I'm gonna bring it up in this pastor's context.
That
That
we
we
often
often
thought
taught that the
challenge
talents one was given
this
this many, that many, and the
one
one that
that
didn't invest it was
partially
harshly treated by
by
his master in the
himself.
parable.
He
He
talked
talked
about
about this pastor talked about the context of not being harshly treated because of not investing. For
those
those
that
that
know
know
Bible
Bible, look at the story of the
parable
parable of the
Bible.
talents. So
Those
those
that
of you that
don't
don't
want
know the Bible, look at the parable of the
to
talents. You can draw your own conclusions from it, but this particular minister drew the conclusion that the
master
master
wasn't
wasn't
upset
upset with him because he didn't
just
invest
for
the
money.
money. The
Master
master
was
was
upset
upset with him that he'd give them
for what?
thought to how to
Just
invest
for
the
money.
money. 'Cause if he
Give
gives
them
them
thought.
thought to it,
And
and
it
it
brought
brought
out
out
that
that text where the master said, "You know who I
yeah,
am." So if
he
he
gave
gave
some
some
thought.
thought to how he
But
was, he would have
does
done
something
something
with
with
that
that one
talent.
talent he had.
I'm
I'm
bringing
bringing
that
that
back
back
around
around full circle to my podcast, Life is More Than Living.
7
7
years
years
out.
out,
That's a
that's a
spiritual
spiritual
number.
number of fulfillment.
Heavenly
Heavenly fulfillment
fulfillment.
depends how you believe.
I'm
I'm
sitting
sitting
down
down
with
with
this
this
man
man here in year 7,
almost a
almost a
month
month from the
in the
day
year.
it launched.
He's
He's
getting
getting it
filled.
filled up.
I'm
I'm getting
filled.
filled up.
I'm
My one
talent.
talent of 7 years,
I'm
my
talent.
talent of 7 years now
Um,
producing results,
and
and
it's
it's
being
being
done.
done free. And y'all know I can get rambling on because I keep this real. So I need to get back on point with Mr. Thomas here.
Your
Your
talents
talents
that
that
you've
you've
been
been
given.
given,
You
you
talk a
talk a
lot
lot
about
about them,
how
how
they
they
benefit
benefit
so
so many people, how you don't
claim
claim
none
none
of
of
this.
this for yourself.
But
But
today, today,
today,
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
give me
give me
one
one
example
example
of
of
how
how you bless someone.
was
But
because
because
and
and
I
I
always
reason
say
say
you
you because God uses us as mediums, the same way He used Moses.
Moses
Moses
was
was
just
just the
an instrument
instrument for the people of
to Israel.
Israel to get free.
He
He
was
was
a
just a
tool.
tool.
He
He
was
was
a
a
good
good tool. He was a good resource.
day.
Today,
I
I
know
know beyond me blessing me with coming on my
so
show. What is
wonderful
one
encounter
encounter you've had today? Because I know you done met somebody out here. Ain't no
you
where you
walk
walk around. I know you. You done talked to
somebody.
somebody today.
It was this morning. I mean, I meet people, all kinds of people, Muslims, Jews, all walks of life.
Yeah. Right.
So this morning, Circle K, I was having a cup of coffee, and just to be able to have a conversation with a Muslim lady who was curious about the red beard.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. That be
She said, "Is it Hannah?" I said, "No." She asked me, "Why do you wear a red beard?" And I was able to explain it represents my platform. The conversation went to research, medicine. It just gave me an opportunity to do one on one with her because she had never met anybody living with HIV
wow. Yeah.
and being black.
Wow.
Wow.
But to be humble enough, respectful enough to remember who gave it to you
Yeah.
in order for you to give it away because it's not about me.
How about you?
Because this, what happened this morning, gave her a new knowledge and a new mindset. Now she can bless somebody else with some information because she met somebody that wasn't afraid to share his
Mhm.
one of his stories with her. But you said something a while ago. Yeah, it's been, ladies and gentlemen, he's been trying to get me on this podcast for a long time. When you go to the water, it's a renewal process. And I remember what my grandmother always said, God rest her soul. Good things come to those who wait. And after coming up out of that water, and my pastor, C.J. Branson, he baptized me. And after coming up out of that water, it's like new doors open, new heavens open, other avenues started opening. I've been trying to find a life insurance policy living with HIV for the last 30 plus years. I just found one last week
Wow.
that was after being, not everything is God sent. So just like the podcast today, I woke up oh, ever since you sent me, and I've been on top of the world.
Yeah.
I've been sharing it with everybody,
Yeah.
and everybody's excited about it because they support the message, what the message is doing within the community, their kids. It's changing lives. It's changing mindsets. I'm eliminating the transmission of HIV because they're listening. But you have to have a real, it has to be real.
And
And
now
now
what
what? I'm about to mess you up a little bit.
the,
The audio
the
version of this, the
audio
audio
version
version of this podcast, which will
be
be
played
played,
on
available on Amazon, Spotify,
Apple
Apple
Podcast
Podcasts,
everywhere.
everywhere, pretty much. The
Audio
audio
version
version of this podcast currently is being received in about 4 different countries. So your word tomorrow will be in 4 different countries. Other folks have never heard of a black man with HIV. You'll hear of a black man with HIV, and then hopefully they'll go to the YouTube and see your face, but they're gonna hear your story in 4 different countries as of tomorrow. I'm saying that not in a braggadocious way, but you just said the blessing upon blessing upon blessing. Yes, it's happening here in Greensboro. Yes, it's happening here in Guilford County. Yes, you are doing amazing work. You've been doing it faithfully. To times I know when people stole this man medicine and it never stopped him. But he's still going. And now, because God, I got my wife's like, last couple of weeks I've been going to what the church we call Epiphany. Some call it what it is. I've been going for an Epiphany myself. This whole thing is about Alfred Harrow, Life is About More Than Living, a podcast, to sit down with one of his best friends ever. I don't have to see Thomas every day. I don't talk to him every month. I might talk to him once or twice a year. But I have those people like him. Another one I met through a church. It was Victor. I called him the victim and neglected friend because I should call Victor more often. He's right down there. He's less than 30 miles from me. But when you have people in your world like that, it makes the blessing that God has given you even sweeter, in my opinion. Even sweeter. And for some reason, I feel like ministerial mode today, and I'm not trying to. The more I fight this thing, the more my wife can love me more because she's a preacher's kid. Anyway, she'll catch this podcast. Hope she ain't listening to it now, but she probably is. Anyway, it's the two of us. Our faith has carried us. And at the end of the day, it ain't what we do; it's who we do it for. At the end of the day, we give glory to our Creator. And we give glory to Him for giving us a gift to do what we do and the ability to do what we do. There are people out here with thousands of followers are getting paid for crazy speaking gigs. Thomas and I ain't there yet. The blessing's coming. I'm claiming it in Jesus' name right now. But the thing is, we're being blessed in the ways we're being blessed and we're being covered the way we're being covered. He is being covered. He's being protected. I can't emphasize again, my friend, because there are those people. I think Jim Rohn, one of our most famous speakers, ever said it. Might not have been him. I'm going to claim this quote for him. That you have 5 people in your life. 5 people you can count on. That's your circle. Some people don't have 5. Some people have 1, 2, 3. But at the end of the day, that community that he's built, those more than 5 people. He may have this project he worked with, that organization he worked with. But his real friends are the ones he kind of mentioned in passing. I think his real friends are. They're the young people that he met 20 years ago. Remember him. They're the people he'll meet today before the day is over. That's gonna say, "Oh man, here's the Muslim lady he met this morning." Sure, she'll carry knowledge, but she'll carry something that is lacking in church. And I'm gonna go there because I've been nice about church so far. She'll carry something that's lacking in church. She can carry connectivity as a human being with another human being. Because we easily say, love God, love neighbor. Yeah, but loving neighbor is doing what he did this morning. Thomas didn't have to share with that lady. He could have cut off like I went boom, 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 and stop. Baby. I know my friend. He talked to her. He heard her. He answered the question. He put something inside her. Like he said, she'll carry something. She got to experience humanity. The core of what Jesus, I believe, was all about, humanity. There's a saying that they're angels in human form. She got to be the angel this morning. The angels impart knowledge. Well, certainly like claim the Holy Spirit. Yeah, the Bible says Jesus in the Holy Spirit temple. But along with when the Holy Spirit was there was angels. And it says angels in human form. So yeah, I'm going to kind of preach it because I believe my man across from me at this table, he's an angel in human form. He was a messenger for this lady this morning. And I'm going back to that because he said she was a Muslim lady. I had a I'm not bringing that dark spirit in his podcast. I disavow. I'm not talking about that show. He is someone that had a listening ear and a listening heart. She will be forever changed by one simple encounter. That's all I gotta say. As we get ready to wrap this up, I'm gonna let Thomas take us home with any closing remarks he got, and then I'm gonna give a quick spiel. I'm gonna close the live out.
The reason I was so excited about this, because I knew God did it. And most people would appreciate the exposure. I'm appreciating the fact that God's given me the opportunity that this is going to be seen and heard in countries and cities that I don't even know people. And that's what I've been trying to do. That's what I've been praying to God. I've been asking God to take me to a whole level publicly, social media, because I need to get some funding. I mean, I do so much. I probably do 15, 20 events per month,
Mm,
riding public transportation. Um, and I'm going to continue to do it. Even if I don't get no funding, the work going to get done because that's what I'm about. But overall, when I look at this platform and I look at Alfred, my friend, my brother, giving me this opportunity through God's grace and mercy, I'm hoping Jennifer Hudson see it because I would love to go on her show. I'm just real. I don't bite no tongue. I I don't mince words. I mean, I'm a real person. I just speak what God puts in my heart. I've always wanted to meet her. I'm a big fan of her. I grew up on her music. But what she's doing, how she's blessing people, introducing them to and giving them exposure, that's what it's about. When we have access to it, give people exposure and help them along their ministry, that's what it's about. And I thank you, Alfred, my brother, because this has been truly a blessed day.
well, my friend, a guest I had on last week. I'm gonna I'm gonna take your email. I'm gonna CC you in to her. Now you know how StreamYard works. I'm not sure what she utilizes for streaming, but I'm gonna CC you into her in an email. I'm gonna get you on her show. Uh, this is a lady who built a $1 million daycare, foster mom, her own kids, and lost it all. And every day when she lives in Texas, she has to see someone else with her business that she built, and she's got a book that's out. I'm gonna be on her show in January.
Awesome.
I'm gonna make sure you get her show. I'm gonna email you her link and CC her in. So this man would be a great person for your show. She has a book that just came out. Uh, she's been in this while, like I have been. You can see her show on my YouTube channel. And I talked to her earlier, like last week. She's gonna put you in the audience, in front of an audience. She's gonna put you in front of an audience. Her book is Crazy Redneck something that she wrote a book, her book title. But she's been with her husband 28 years. You get a long, powerful story. And your story gonna touch some people in a way that it didn't touch them today. She will send you everything you need, booking links, all of that. Uh, I don't usually refer people to other shows, but this one, yeah, you gotta go on her show. Uh, and I'm gonna send you to other people that come up shows as well. Reach some future point that may feel jive well with your story. Uh, he did his closing remarks. I went a little bit long on that plan on talking. I do apologize. You cut me off at the closing remarks if you want to. You watch this at the end of it. Uh, but just know that Thomas can be showing up on somebody else's show whenever whenever their schedules coordinate. Uh, my show is primarily supported by my book, Split Souls in Transition. I'm wearing a T-shirt today. You can buy it online, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, you got audio books, wherever. Uh, I say that as a way of getting more plugs for my book. Uh, outside of that, this is it, y'all. I do this real laid back. Thomas E. Clodfelter, thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome.
Even though you're sitting across from me literally, I'm going to take you off screen and close out officially the show. So, just, yeah. Thank you for catching another episode of Life is About More Than Living, the podcast. Thomas E. Clodfelter, special guest today. Nothing else I can say about it other than watch this in replay. Catch it wherever you listen to podcasts at. And where I plugged in for you to reach him is through his Facebook page. So even if you're not on Facebook, go on there if you have to reach him. I don't like giving emails out because that's kind of personal, that they are scams and stuff. But Facebook is trustworthy. And if you don't want to reach him indirectly, you can always find me through my email, which is poetry reads it to you. I'll make sure he gets the message. Unless he's got, let me see what he got going on here. He's off camera right now. But before we close it out,
And if they want to make donations, if they want to, Cashapp is $ Thomas E. Thomas Clodfelter.
okay.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No problem. When he gave me something off camera, that I'm gonna add to the final text. I'm gonna edit it in the final text of the show, so you'll see that Facebook page, his Cash App, for donations to his cause and him working in the community. I didn't have it when I did the show, but I'm gonna edit it. I can edit that in after I close everything out. And outside of that, you move by his story and make sure you support his work. Peace and blessings, y'all. I was kind of preachy today, but I'm not gonna be apologetic for preachy because preachy has got me kind of calmer now. And hit the close out button. Thank y'all for catching Life is About More Than Living, a podcast.